person behind him was going, yeah. How are you doing?
Good. Can I get one of those stands for my yard?
Yes, sir.
You got bumper sticker?
Yes, sir, we do. We can do that for you. All right?
Yep.
All right.
You asked about Ron Paul.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm just curious.
No, I mean I've not done an in-depth analysis of Ron Paul. The thing that kind of strikes me with him is he's an isolation.
All right.
And I think that turns a lot. I mean, nobody that I know is anxious for a war, but I mean, we're not ready to go back to an isolationist country. We're in the, especially as the day. Just the other day, he suggested, you know, he had these views on Pakistan about pulling funds back and all that. Well, that's a tricky thing to do. I mean, technically, Pakistan is our ally. They have provided some things for us and everything. Are they a perfect ally? No, but, you know, it's not a perfect world either. So, Ron Paul, I mean, I'd love to live in a world where we could actually be isolationists and didn't have to engage ourselves in the rest of the world in some ways.
Really? Is like that?
Well, in some ways. I mean, I'd love the fact that, you know, we'd actually be, if we could actually be in a peace-loving world and we didn't have to be, someone will fill the vacuum. That's the way I see it. You know, we can withdraw from the world, but do we want Russia or whoever else to fill that vacuum? Are we the best force for good out there? I think we are. I mean, we're not perfect, but I think we're the best force for good.
What do you think Huckabeast's biggest
Well, it depends on who you ask.
asking you?
Okay. I think the perception is that it's both his strength and his weakness. His biggest weakness is that he is truly a solid Christian who will do and act like a Christian would, and that scares the life out of some people who think that, you know, business as usual will pay attention to, you know, the social conservatives, try to get them to get out and do, you know, our marching orders or whatever, and then basically for 4 years we won't do too much. You know, I think if it wasn't you, it was somebody else. For many years there's been a merger of the economic and the social conservatives. This presidential season, I'm not sure why the economic conservatives, I feel, tried to push candidates over on the social conservatives that are just absolutely unacceptable. I know many people who say, you know, Mitt Romney was saying he's the only electable person, of course. But in truth, I know people who will go third party or sit out, or at least not physically bring a bus or do anything like this for Giuliani and Mitt Romney. And then in the end of the day, when you go to those key battleground states like Ohio and Florida and wherever, where a few percentage points make the difference, you want to have young guys with you. I'm naming the platform. So we can set up any kind of events like that.
It attracts media.
It's also huge. It's a big bus.
This idea, basically, I don't know if I spoke to you about the origination of this for the bus, is actually, I was on a mission trip.
That'd be a risky one to take.
generally speaking, just to translate these, my daughter used to say we could translate beeps. Long, loud beeps, those are against us. Multiple beeps usually are the for aspect of it. The pro Huckabee beeps. That's a very unscientific. But having campaigned in numerous events, we can pretty much tell you how that goes.
Did you drive up here in one shot, or did you stay somewhere?
And we drove through one shot. We left on.
Left at 3:30 on the 26th. Got here.
Yeah.
About 9 hours later.
It's a little tight in terms of a vehicle to have campaigns do that much, and this whole meetup thing that a lot of organizations are using, some more effectively than others, is a phenomena that has allowed the grassroots movement to kind of grow up alongside traditional campaigns.
How have you seen that playing out for you guys?
What do you mean?
Well, what ways has the internet allowed you to do what you're doing?
It allows us to connect with other people. It allows us to,
Have you connected with people in Iowa over the internet?
Oh yeah. One of the people that we stayed with initially was somebody that we met through the internet, and turned out to be a very big supporter.
Maybe this would be a better example. We've been promoting the Huckabeast on YouTube, on the internet, and it got so views. I mean, it was going up because we was promoting it at home. Well, we walk into the Ottumwa, I guess, convention center the other night, I guess is what they're calling it. We walked in the theater where Governor Huckabee was going to be speaking. We walk in, and people were, they're the Huckabeast guys. And the bodyguards for Huckabee that was there doing security and stuff, they knew who we were. And then by the end of the night, we got a donation from somebody in the group, and we had people who was actually there sitting in the same row and the rows behind us commenting our videos on YouTube. So the internet's really allowed us to spread the word about Mike Huckabee and our trip here to Iowa.